Well, hello everybody and welcome back to another Pony and Wolf Productions video. My name once again is Visual Pony and today we are reading the story Rainbow Dash vs. Ronald McDonald by BrightMac86. So, seriously, just getting this recording session started was a bit of a problem because my new feline overlord really wanted to play, but it's not her playtime yet. So she might have clawed up my brand new yoga pants. Great, now I have yoga pants with holes in them. Seriously. I don't mind, I really wanted yoga pants with holes in them, really. I don't care. Just, I needed really good yoga pants because there's a chance that I will go to hospital again and I would like to have nice stuff for a change, but no, apparently not. Anyhow, here's a nice list of those amazing people who keep this channel alive and let's get into the meat of the story because my feline overlord is looking at me as if she wants to eat me right now. In the magical land of Equestria, a land populated by colorful ponies, the ponies had for many years always been herbivores. But recently that had changed. A new restaurant chain moved into Equestria. It was called McDonald's and they served something called hamburgers. Some ponies were sickened by the idea of eating meat, but many of them not only tried out McDonald's but loved it, and they were instantly hooked. Pretty soon there was one or more McDonald's in every town in Equestria. They did a lot of business and made a lot of money. One day Rainbow Dash, a blue Pegasus pony with a rainbow-colored mane and tail, decided she wanted to make good money of her own. So she decided to open a burger joint of her own. So she did right there where she lived, in Ponyville. She named the restaurant Mac Dash's. The problem was there was also McDonald's in Ponyville. There would definitely be competition.
Oh well,
Rainbow Dash said.
A little competition is good for you.
On the big grand opening day, Rainbow Dash was in the kitchen of the newly built Mac Dash's grilling some hamburgers.
I wonder if these things are any good,
she said, as she had never eaten meat. The diner was not yet open. She was cooking food early. Suddenly there was a knock at the door.
We're not open yet!
Rainbow Dash yelled. The knock continued. Rainbow shook her head and headed to the door.
I told you we're not open yet!
She yelled. There, standing on the other side of the door, was a clown. Rainbow immediately recognized him as McDonald's mascot, Ronald McDonald.
Here to check out the competition, eh?
Rainbow Dash said. Ronald said something, but Rainbow Dash couldn't hear him through the glass door. So she opened the door. Ronald immediately stepped into the restaurant. He smiled evilly and said, I'm afraid I can't allow this restaurant to operate.
What do you mean?
Rainbow Dash asked.
You can't stop me, I'm awesome.
Well, my lawyers and cousin Pennywise will be suing you for copyright infringement, Ronald said.
You can't sue me. You can't copyright Mac and I'm Dash.
Rainbow Dash said. Maybe not, but what about the arches over the sign? He asked.
Yeah, but yours are gold and mine are blue,
Rainbow Dash said. Well, then you leave me no other choice, Ronald said. Then he cracked his knuckles. In the door walked a man dressed up like a robber. It was a hamburglar. Do what you do best, Ronald told him. The hamburglar took off at a run and ran back behind the counter.
Hey!
Screamed Rainbow Dash. Then she took off flying towards him. The hamburglar found a hamburger that had already been cooked back there. He grabbed it up and took a big bite out of it. That's really good, he said. Better than yours, Ronald. That's enough out of you, Ronald said. Rainbow Dash grabbed the hamburglar up and flew back to the door and then threw him out the door. Then she went back and looked Ronald in the eyes and said,
Get out!
All right, he said, but I will be back. Then he walked out the door. Hours later, McDash's was open. Ponies from all around were gathered around. Rainbow Dash was serving them hamburgers and fries, as well as a select few other items. Business was good. Rainbow Dash was taking a couple ponies' orders at the counter when Little Caesar ran in the door. He yelled, "Pizza! Pizza!" then threw a pizza at Rainbow Dash. It exploded in her face and knocked her back on the floor. The ponies trying to order screamed and ran away. Rainbow Dash got up the floor. Her face was black from the explosion and she was mad. She flew at Little Caesar, intending to give him a good beating. As she did, the hamburglar snuck back behind the counter with a big bag and threw all the burgers in it and snuck out the back door. Rainbow Dash chased Little Caesar outside the restaurant. She decided to let him go so she could run the restaurant. When she saw that the hamburgers were gone, she yelled,
"Dang you, Ronald! I know what to do.
she said.
I need Applejack's help."
So a little later, while Applejack was at the restaurant making hot apple pies from the apples of Sweet Apple Acres, ponies were coming in and having them and loving it. Suddenly, Ronald McDonald stormed in. He was angry. "I paid $2 million to Little Caesar to distract you while the hamburglar steals your burgers and you start selling hot apple pies!" he screamed. "And we used to do that!"
"Yeah, you used to,"
Rainbow Dash said.
"but now we do. I told you you can't stop me. I'm awesome."
"Well, then you leave me no choice," Ronald said, then whistled. Suddenly, they heard a loud engine outside. Rainbow Dash and Applejack ran to the door and looked outside. They screamed. Pennywise the Clown was driving a giant bulldozer that said Floats Demolition on the side. It was the 90s Pennywise, not the new one. And he was coming to bulldoze McDash's.
"You can't do this!"
Rainbow Dash yelled. "Of course I can," he said. "I'm rich."
"I'll get you for this!"
Rainbow Dash screamed. Suddenly, Discord appeared out of nothingness in front of the restaurant. He yelled,
"Leave this restaurant alone!"
"I'm Ronald McDonald!" Ronald yelled. "What right do you have to tell me what to do?"
"Plenty,"
Discord said.
"I own 75% of the stock in McDonald's now, and I say you're fired."
"What?" Ronald screamed.
"It's true,"
Discord said, and he walked up to Ronald and handed him a piece of paper. Ronald looked at the paper and screamed, "No!" Then he fell to the floor and started crying. Pennywise heard all this, so he stopped the bulldozer. He said,
"The Lord of Chaos is now in charge of McDonald's?" "Yes, I am,"
Discord said. "Well, I look forward to working with you," Pennywise said, and then he disappeared. And so, in the end, everything turned out okay. No longer having a job, Ronald McDonald ending up taking a job as a rodeo clown, and McDash's became a successful selling hamburger fries and hot apple pies. They did great business despite being just down the road from McCord's. The end.
It is once again time for comment time with me, Luna, the comment kitty. Like and subscribe so that my can openers can buy me more amazing toys and treats. Sometimes I allow them to buy some food and stuff for themselves too, but only after I had my own share first. Also don't forget the merch store and the Patreon in the description down below. That way you can get stuff earlier or support the channel and get amazing merchandise. I'm loving it. Now go away, there is a toy with my name on it.